So unfortunately, we are into the offseason as Chicago Bears fans, and there's already been some major changes to how the Bears will look in this upcoming 2026 season. So we're thinking about the Bears' biggest offseason needs. Now, you would think that with what happened with Ozzie Trapillo in the wild card game against the Packers, left tackle would be the Bears' biggest need this offseason. Nope. Afraid not. Even with Trapillo's injury, the biggest need this offseason is not left tackle. Welcome back to Bears Yard. This your boy Vipe, and yes, you heard me correctly. Even with the injury to Bears left tackle Ozzie Trapillo, I am telling you all that left tackle is not the Bears' biggest need going into this offseason. What is the biggest need going into the offseason, you might ask? I think we all know the answer to that. And if you don't agree, I will question your sanity, especially after you finish watching the video and I give you all the statistical breakdowns of why focusing on the defense is the biggest need this offseason. Yes, of course, the defense. Now, it's kind of ironic that the Chicago Bears, the iconic franchise known for the monsters of the Midway, had a very pedestrian defense in 2025. Don't believe me? Listen to some of these statistical breakdowns of the Bears' defensive rankings this past season. So, our Chicago Bears were 29th in total defense. 29th. There are 32 teams in the league, y'all. 32 teams in the NFL, and the Bears were almost dead last in total defense. The Bears were 22nd in passing defense, right? The Bears were 22nd in sacks. Obviously, we know that the Bears' lack of pressure on opposing quarterbacks has a lot to do with that low sack number or that low sack ranking and the low sack total in general. Also, the Bears, I don't know if y'all noticed, but teams were able to move the ball up and down the field on the Chicago Bears this season, which puts the Bears at 23rd in scoring defense. So teams had no trouble scoring on the Chicago Bears. Now, I will say that the Bears had some significant injuries on the defensive side of the ball this season. Obviously, Jalen Johnson was gone for much of the year. Kyler Gordon barely played. And obviously, we had periods where Tremaine Edmonds was out, TJ Edwards was out, and it was just a revolving door on that defensive side of the ball with injuries this season. But still, it was bad. But the main problem, though, was something that I alluded to earlier. The Bears' front four got little to no pressure on opposing quarterbacks, highlighted from the rankings that I just gave you all. So what can we do to improve that defense going into the 2026 season? We got to get some dogs on the front four. We need people that can rush the passer. We need people that can put pressure on the opposing quarterbacks, you all. That is what we need. Because these sack numbers from last year aren't going to cut it. Montez Sweat, who we're paying some $25 million a year, registered 10 sacks. 10 sacks. Now, that's not the worst in the world, but again, you're paying him $25 million a year, and he's getting 10 sacks. Not that ideal. Gervon Dexter got 6 sacks last year. It's okay, it's whatever. Austin Booker, the edge opposite Montez, got 4.5 last year. So if you do the math right, that's what, 16 plus 20.5? Yeah, it's like 20.5 sacks total between those three guys. Not the best in the world. By comparison, Myles Garrett got more sacks than all of them combined. Now, yes, Myles Garrett is a generational defensive player, but you get my point. One player had more sacks than 3 players on the Bears combined. So clearly, we are lacking talent on the defensive line, and we need to fix that immediately in the offseason, which is why I'm telling you all that getting this defense right in the offseason is the Bears' biggest priority. It should be. I think they know that. I know there was some thought about maybe the Bears potentially using that 25th pick in the draft on a left tackle. I don't think that's the move. I think that you can get a stopgap left tackle for next year because, I mean, let's be real. Caleb Williams this past season played with 4 left tackles. He started with Braxton Jones. Then we moved to Theo Bernadette. Then we went to Ozzie Trapillo. And then finally, when Trapillo got injured in the wild card game, we had to move Joe Thuney to left tackle. So with 4 left tackles rotating throughout the year, Caleb Williams still took only 24 sacks in 2025. So clearly, the left tackle situation wasn't that big of a deal for Caleb. He navigated it very well. But that defense did not navigate getting their butt kicked each and every week. So we have got to figure out a way to get some dogs on the defensive line. We got to get some pass rushers, some DTs that can rush the passer, pass rush adjacent, pass rusher from the corner, pass rusher from the classroom. I don't care where you find them. We need pass rushers here for the Chicago Bears in 2026. But Bear fans, what do you feel like the Bears' biggest need is going into this offseason? Drop a comment and subscribe to The Yard for all things Chicago Bears.